All right, so let's start with our first question here. We are listing factor pairs of the number. Let me turn on my pen real quick. Hold on 1 second. All right, here we go. So we are looking first for the factor pairs of 48. So, like I said in class, the easiest way to do this is just to go in order. So we know that our first pair is going to be 48 and 1. Then we can also have 24 and 2. We can also then, 3 can't go in, 4 can go in. We would have 4 and 14. If I extend this line a little bit, we can look to see if 5 won't go in, 6 will go in. You have 6 and 8. And then also the reverses of these would work too, but like I said in class, you don't necessarily have to include them. If we are looking at 56, first we're going to have 56 and 1. Then we're going to have 28 and 2. 3 can't go in, 4 can go in. So we're going to have 4 and... Oh, actually, sorry about that. Let me go back to this one. This is not 4 and 14. This would be 4 and 12. This one is 4 and 14. I got those mixed up. 6 can't go in. 7 can't go in. 8 cannot go in. Oh no, 8 can go in because 7 times 8 is 56. So we have 8 and 7. And those are our factor pairs for that one. Moving to the next stuff, prime factorization of the number. So prime factorization, remember that is our tree method. So we break these up. 60, you could break it into 2 and 30. 30 you can break into 15 and 2. 15 breaks down into 3 and 5. Then you circle your prime. Oops, sorry, should not have circled that one. You circle, or you can box in your prime numbers. So my final answer is going to be 2 squared times 3 times 5. All right, our next one here, we have 72. Break it into a couple things. I'm going to do 9 and 8. 3 and 3. 8 breaks into 4 and 2, which breaks down into 2 and 2. Box, box, box. My final answer is going to be 2 to the third times 3 squared. Remember that whenever you're doing this, you must have the number with the biggest exponent first. Get a GCF and LCM here for 18 and 42. Let's see, so we have 18, 42, we're finding GCF. Take out a 2, 9 and 21, 3, make this 3, and that is 7. That's a 1. So our GCF for our first one here is going to be 6. Then if we look at our second one, 38 and 68, take out a 2, 14 and 34, take out another 2, 7, and that is going to be, let's see here, that is 17. That is a 1, so our GCF here is going to be 4. Oh, actually, you know what? I messed up on that one too. Oh man, I'm making lots of mistakes today. Let's see. If we go back here, if we take out a 2, that is actually going to be a 19. 34. That is only 2. You gotta stop there. 2 times 1 is 2. So our final answer is going to be 2. Then whenever you have 3 numbers, when you're finding GCF, you figure out what number can go into all of those. So I can take a 2 out. That's a 12. That's a 22. That's a 26. I can take another 2 out, make that a 6, 11, and a 13. Only one number can go into all those 3. That is 1. You multiply on the outside, your GCF is 4. Now let's move on to LCM. Same steps, except now you're just dropping your numbers. 8 and 14. Take out a 2, that makes a 4 and a 7. The only thing that can come out of 4 and 7 is 1. Then you drop your 4, drop your 7. Then LCM, you multiply everything on the outside here. So 4 times 7 is 28 times 2. Our answer is going to be 56. For 18 and 30, same steps, take out a 2. So we have 9 and 15. I can take out a 3 from there. Make this a 3 and a 5. That's a 1. Drop my 3, drop my 5. multiply everything on the outside. 3 times 5 is 15, times 6, that's going to be 90. And now the big difference is when we do it with 3 numbers. So if we have 3, 6, and 16. Now, there is not a number that can go into all 3 of these, so now I've got to start looking for pairs. So if I have 3 and 6, I can take out a 3 from 3 and 6. So I'm going to have a 1, a 2, and a 16. Now, if I have 1, 2, and 16, I can take something out of 2 and 16. I can take a 2 out. So I have 1, 1, and 8. And then I drop all my other numbers here. Multiply everything on the outside. 3 times 2 is 6. 6 times 8 is 48. All right. Now, for these word problems, we said in class how you know if it's an LCM or GCF question is think about your answer. If your answer is going to be bigger than the numbers you started out with, then you have an LCM. If it's smaller, then it's going to be your GCF. So if we're looking here, we have 30 and 42. If we're looking for the greatest number, we're actually looking for we're trying to put these together to create smaller numbers because you're putting the sandwiches and the cookies together. So since it's smaller, this is a GCF problem. 30 and 42. Take out a 2, make that a 15 and a 21. Then you can take out a 3, make this a 5, make that a 7. That's going to be a 1. Multiply everything on the outside. Your answer is going to be 6 lunches. You need to make sure that if it is a word problem, it has a word answer. So you need that lunches part. Now, if we're looking here, you have piano lessons every 4th day and guitar lessons every 6th day. So we're trying to figure out when those 2 days meet up. So that answer is going to be bigger. It is an LCM problem. So we have 4, we have 6. Take a 2 out. That's a 2, that's a 3. I can only take a 1 out of those. Drop my 2, drop my 3. Multiply everything on the outside. 2 times 1 times 2 times 3. My final answer is going to be 12. And then you have to put, oops, that's not what I meant to do. 12 days, 12th day, anything like that. As long as it is a word answer, you are good to go. All right. So this was the review for your test. Good luck tomorrow.